Hey, beautiful people, Rev Derek here with RevDerek.com, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube at Rev Derek Terry. A couple weeks ago on my Facebook page, I posed a question, simple question. What was your first job? Think about it. You remember? You remember your first job? I loved everyone giving their feedback and sharing stories of their first job and their first pay. And so my very first job was between the summer of my 7th and 8th grade year, and I worked for my grandfather. My grandfather owned a janitorial cleaning service, a custodian. He's since retired and sold the company, but at that time, he had people that he would dispatch out to various contracts, and then he himself would work, and I would work with him that summer during the evening. And he paid me $100 cash a week. $100, God, I could benefit from that even now. I picked up the trash and dumped the trash in the big bin. I had my Discman in my ear. I had the little pouch around my waist with my CDs and my Discman, and I just went to work. The worst was he had it was a beauty school, and this beauty school had all these, rows and rows and rows of beauty stations, and we had to get all that hair up every day and get all those mirrors every day. That was the hardest. Never, ever, ever let me scrub the toilets. And I would say, hey, I can do it. No big deal, trying to help him out. And he said, no, I do this so you don't have to. You go to college, you graduate, you don't ever have to scrub toilets. Use your brain. And so he made a very comfortable life for my grandmother and himself and their 3 children, and was a great grandfather. And I really took that to heart. So fast forward, go to college, graduate. I'm pastoring my first church, also work another job, but pastoring my first church in the country, hours away from where we lived. And my youngest member was 70 years old. So we had a church cleanup, right? Church cleanup, all of my friends and family goes down to help with this church cleanup. And once we get there, we realize that the septic tank in the men's restroom has regurgitated. It's backed up. So that which was in the septic tank, some of that has ended up on the floor of the men's restroom. And, we're dispersing the work that we're going to do. And my grandfather says, all right, come in here, get your mop, and this is what you do, and this is how you disinfect it, this is how you clean it up. And I was like, okay. I'm not expecting him to do it, but, this is the same guy who, 10 years earlier wouldn't let me scrub the toilets. And now, this college graduate, and all these people are helping. He's like, all right, come on, this is your job. This is your church. This is your idea. And I learned another valuable lesson. That lesson was we should never think more highly of ourselves than we ought. I learned how to be a servant leader. So earlier in life, my grandfather taught me the gift of the ancestors, that they did what they had to do so that I could be more than they could ever be or could even dream of, right? But then the lesson of being a servant leader, and I take that lesson to heart each and every day. Anybody in my church will tell you, I will not ask anyone to do anything that I'm not willing to do. And more than anything, I will start it. I will do it. If I see something needs to be picked up, fixed, mopped, vacuumed, I start. I do it. That's what we're supposed to do. A lot of church people think that pastors are supposed to just sit back and be important and dress up and get all the accolades and have all the titles and everyone just fall over themselves to serve them. But we are called to be servants. Each and every one of us called to do something, not just for God, not just for church, but for our community, for our friends, for our families, for those individuals that we encounter. And so I am so grateful to my first job, to my grandfather, my first boss, who taught me those lessons at different points in my life when I needed them. I would rather be a doorkeeper in the house of my God than to stand in the tents of wickedness. So, who are you serving? What are you doing right now? What is your job right now in the kingdom? Let us know. Let me know. Hit me up on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube at Rev Derek Terry, RevDerek.com. Take care. God bless. Peace.